Alright guys, week 65 of the DVD Fiends. Today I'm going to be reviewing Long Weekend. This was made in 2008. It's a remake from the cult classic of the same name. Directed by Jamie Blanks, who also did Urban Legend, Storm Warning and Valentine. He is one of my favourite directors. When he does make films, he really puts a lot of effort into them, especially Storm Warning. I really enjoyed that film. The producer, Gary Hamilton and Nigel Odell, and written by Everett De Roche. The cast: Jim Caviezel as Peter, Claudia Karvan as Carla, and then there's a couple of cameo appearances from a couple of the actors from Storm Warning. Robert Taylor, he plays the bar owner in this, and John Brumpton plays the old timer. He's like a drunk who was drinking in the bar at the time when Jim Caviezel and Claudia Karvan's characters come into the bar. Right, it starts off, Peter and Carla, they're having marriage problems, and it looks like they're gonna be getting divorced. And then they decide to go on a camping trip as like a last resort to try and get their relationship back on course. And so they set off, and Carla, she isn't too happy about this. She's used to staying in hotels and being pampered, and he just wants to do something totally different. And they've heard about this little unknown beach area that no one goes to, and there's supposed to be really good surf there, and it's supposed to be very beautiful. So they take the surfboards, they pack up the 4x4, and they take their dog called Cricket with them, and they're travelling for ages, and they come across a bar where they're supposed to be meeting another couple who's supposed to be coming with them, but they never turn up. And they ask the bar owner if he's heard of this beach area where they're supposed to be going, and they said no, we haven't heard of it, it's a load of bullshit, it doesn't exist. But he doesn't listen to them, and he carries on, and it takes him ages. They seem to be going round in circles, but they end up coming across it anyway, and they end up setting up camp, and they're really disrespectful to the wildlife and to nature itself. Straight away the next morning, Peter's chopping down a tree for firewood, and there's bugs everywhere, and his wife Carla, she's going around with bug spray, spraying them all, killing them so they don't go near them. But you've got to expect bugs in when you go camping. That's all the part of it, that's part of it. So yeah, they're very disrespectful to the wildlife and that there. And then Peter goes swimming, and they see a shadow in the water following him, and he gets out of the water. They think it's a shark at first, and then he just starts blasting with his rifle at it, and it ends up turning out to be like some sort of seal. I don't know what type of seal it is. It isn't just a normal seal what you see, but he ends up killing it. Well, he thinks he has, and it gets washed up, and they're just not bothered. He throws bottles into the beautiful sea, and then blasts them with his rifle so that it just smashes glass into the water. And they're just so disrespectful to the land, really. And eventually the land turns on them. All sorts of fucking creatures start freaking them out, and they start going crazy and can't handle it, and they start fighting against each other. And then they try and escape, and they come across like a camper van in the water, and he goes to the camper van, and there's a dead little girl in there. And then he goes and finds their tent, he opens that up, and there's a woman laid in there, and she looks like one of the victims from the film The Ruins, where it goes in all the face, like all the vine type looking thing. And then they find the husband hung, and they start fighting again, and the wife Carla, she escapes and leaves him on his own, and he just has to try and escape the wild, really. Yeah, there isn't much difference between this and the original. It's almost shot for shot, really. I did enjoy. It was very well made. It didn't look low budget at all. It looked like it had some money pumped into it, but obviously it were low budget. It didn't make theatres over here in the UK. I don't know if it did anywhere else around the world, but it was well made. I expected that from Jamie Blanks. He's a good filmmaker, but I still don't think it was quite as good as the original, even though it was almost shot for shot. There were a few different things in it, but yeah, I preferred the original more than this one. But I would definitely go and check it out. It's not that gory. There is a really good gory scene, but it's not that gory. It's pretty suspenseful. There's a couple of jumpy moments in it, but yeah, I would recommend it, but it's not as good as the original film. So thanks, guys.